Can you hear me?
Oh my gosh, perfectly.
Great. Hi.
Look at you, gorgeous girl.
And you. Right back at
Oh,
you.
please.
The
Sweat like an
jeans. It's
animal.
the Italian jeans.
It's the Italian
They're
jeans.
good. They're
You
strong.
know, listen, we're keeping them. Okay.
I'm glad to join you early. I'm in London right now.
Are you in? Oh yeah, you need to go get dinner. It's dinner.
It's all good. It's all good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Let me know when you're hungry. Okay. Basically, let me just walk everybody through this. It's a beautiful story that was told at your kitchen table. Okay? It was told at your kitchen table, and quite beautifully so. But I was amazed at the layers of it. So just share with us why you wrote Under the Light of the Italian Moon.
Sure.
And Nina Argento's story.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously you kind of teed up the fact that it's a love story and a story of women's resilience, but it came really down to when I first had my daughter in 2006. I had planned on writing the stories of my grandmother. She had told me in high school about the Nazi atrocities that had taken place in her town where she grew up in Fonzazzo, Italy. But when you're a teenager, you kind of don't really pay all that much attention. And then I was pregnant with my daughter, and I intended to collect the stories from my grandmother. And then as soon as I had my daughter, I went into heart failure. And then 2 weeks later, once I started to recover, my grandmother passed away. So I had this notebook filled with questions about her life that I never was able to really get all the firm answers on. And at her funeral, really sitting there with my new baby, with the questioning of my own life, with seeing my mother and her strength, and introducing my daughter really to her great grandmother, unfortunately at that moment, it just, all the motherhood and womanhood kind of all kind of streamed in front of my eyes. And, we all kind of morph into each other. We kind of become our mothers. They become nanas. Our nanas pass away. Our daughters come to be. And so it was really kind of that moment that I decided to write the book. And then it took 14 years to research, to continue to go to Italy. I ended up getting my Italian citizenship. It sort of changed my life. And then now we live, between London and Italy. So,
and what
so yeah.
In London? What happens in London?
So I mean, the reason why the book took 14 years is that, writing is something that I had to learn to do, and that was a passion while I was working. So I'm a business executive. I have managed really big brands, most recently an Italian brand called La Perla. But yeah, so during my day job, I don't necessarily write like you do all the time. So it became something of a passion project. And then towards the end, I worked with some really great editors. So Sally Orson Jones here, who edits for Sarah Waters, and then Angela Meyer, who worked on The Tattooist of Auschwitz. So really, just trying to make sure that the book was the strongest it possibly could be until, we started preparing for publication. So it was really exciting.
So you're going through this personal thing.
Yeah.
That is so deep. I mean, it's as deep as it goes when we have a baby and we lose someone we love. It's like a ball of yarn almost, emotionally speaking. And then what's so exciting about you, Jennifer, is that you understand the publishing industry, that you had to get the best editors. By the way, Heather Morris, we love Heather Morris here with The Tattooist of Auschwitz. Mm-hmm. But you thought like a business person about your talent. No, it's quite serious. I mean, listen, Lady Gaga isn't Lady Gaga because she's surrounded by idiots. She picks great people. So this is a big part of your story, because it is a female empowerment story. It is your personal family story. It is the rise of the women in the family Argento. And, so you really are, for lack of a better word, you've made a meatball out of your personal pain and your professional life. And you've told the story of your family so that your daughter will have it.
Yeah.
And all of us.
Yeah, it is biographical fiction. So it is inspired, it's inspired by the true stories, but it is biographical fiction. So, kind of like, Beneath the Scarlet Sky. I think that is kind of, and now I know your new book as well, which is incredibly exciting. This time
Well,
period.
this is my hang. I write
Yeah,
about family, so I'm into it.
yeah,
So my
completely.
question now, when you went to get it published, who
Mhm.
published it?
So it's Amsterdam Publishers, and they are actually known for publishing a lot of World War II memoirs and Holocaust memoirs and so forth.
So that would be the Heather Morris connection.
No, the Heather Morris connection was really just from reading The Tattooist of Auschwitz, and from my perspective, I really like the style of that book. I think it's easy to read. I think that it's relatable, but it's a beautiful story. Again, biographical fiction, where it's a mixture of that really true
Yeah. So
story
this
and then
is yeah, and then
weaving
you
it together with the history.
now. My final question is: everybody's dying to know, what are you writing next?
Yeah, so there's a minor, if for those who have read the book, and I won't have any spoiler alerts, but there's a minor character in the first novel who was a partisan. And this particular character happened to be alive when I was writing the book. But again, the timings just didn't work. And I didn't end up getting to interview her before she died. But she actually left about 16 audio recordings, interviews of her. She had actually helped English soldiers hide in the mountains in the Dolomites of Fonzaso in Belluno, where my first novel takes place. And so the next story is about her, and that will come to life.
Fantastic.
It won't take 14 years to write that one.
Well, you do whatever you need to do because you're fantastic and we adore you. And giving away the Italian Moon, congratulations, Jennifer Anton.
Thank you.
Thanks a million. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Adriana.
Take
Cheers.
Care. Take care, my dear.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, adore. All right, Delia from